I didn't tell Stuart about this because I didn't want him to get mad. But let's look at a game he played against Stuart.
Wait, he didn't want us to look at that one?
He didn't say, I didn't tell him he wouldn't mind.
Oh.
Okay, this was a very, very, very very, very, very sharp Sicilian. But Stuart always played what he had prepared. Okay, this is the line that I play with black. It's actually a move order that I play. And I used to play exactly the way Rachel's played this game. I've played many games of this position. I'll show you what I mean. I've had black here like 10 times in this position. One of the reasons I play this opening is because Rachel's played it a lot and I learned a lot about it.
Alex really liked to target that E7 square.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just because part of the opening?
Yeah. Knight goes to D5 a lot. So white has the two bishops and black has the what else. So in this position, we can't take on H5 because queen takes C4. So we have to keep an eye on our bishop. Mm-hmm. The engine says this is equal. It doesn't like that move. You see how the queen's overworked? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it prefers just like simple knight G6 or trade rooks. It doesn't like this bishop takes G2. Hard to resist.
Why doesn't it like it?
Because after bishop here, your bishop's attacked now that this isn't attacked, and your H-pawn's attacked. So you're like trading off these pawns. That gives white a big attack. So he played the engine move. Always play the engine move. So he sacked the exchange. He played bishop H3. Probably should have sacked the exchange. Okay, he should have sacked the exchange like every move, because that bishop's really good on D3. Then the knight goes to G6 unfettered. Right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so he played here. He played F5. The engine says this is equal after queen F2. But he played F5. Now if you take en passant, then you lose your queen. Mm-hmm. So he didn't do that. He played queen F3, attacking the bishop. Bishop G4. Queen takes B7. And again, you should play knight G6. He played queen F2. That's a mistake. B3, getting his king some scope. And finally, he sacked the exchange, which the engine doesn't like. But he's in time trouble because he's Stuart. So black's down the exchange. Black's knight is pinned, but this king is pretty open. So he's hoping to get some counterplay against the king. He wants to play bishop C5. I like the way the queen took everything moving around. Okay, and this is a very funny ending. So he's threatening the knight, and it can't be defended. So he checks. King C3. B2. Takes with check. Now white's up a rook. And probably what he was thinking was if king takes pawn, queen D2 check, and there's a million checks, right? And the engine says white's like plus 2.5 there. It doesn't say white's plus 1,000, so maybe there's a million checks. Mm-hmm. And here, which I assume he was in time trouble, he played the best move. This would be a really good puzzle. Like this would be like 3,500 puzzle. This position.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I could get it. I know the answer, so I can.
So wait, what was the last move? Queen G5 what was the last move?
He played B2. Then queen takes check, king here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this would be 3,500 puzzle. He played one move and black resigned. That's the best move. This was in the U.S. Championship in 1992. So you want to take the pawn,
yeah,
but you don't want queen D2 check to happen. So before he took the pawn, he made another move, although it has to be a big threatening move because B1 queen. So this better be a big move.
Let's see. Yeah, I don't know.
Bishop E3. So you attack the queen.
Yeah.
The queen can't take the bishop because mate. So if the queen stays on G7 to stop mate, then when I take this pawn, black doesn't have any checks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So like if queen G6, king takes B2, there's nothing. You got nothing. Yeah, that's by far the best move. Yeah, making a knight doesn't really help. What's funny is after making a knight, like I would play king B2, but the engine plays king D4. So the bishop's defended.
Oh, yeah.
And then after F4 it takes. And then it plays rook A8 and says, haha, I'm mating you and I want material. But yeah, that's silly. So bishop E3, he resigned. Now, this is move 38. So if I was a betting man, I would say Stuart lost on time. I don't think Stuart with less than a minute on his clock is resigning here. I don't believe it. I'm going to ask him. I'm going to say he lost on time. When Alex beat you in 1992 U.S. Champs, did you lose on time or resign after...
Yeah,
I'm sure he lost on time.
Yeah, those were all very interesting games.
There's more.
I'm going to go start the rice.
Then come down?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be back in about 5 minutes. I shall return.
Miriam says she has a cold.
Aw. That's...
So she's been sleeping a lot. Was she me?